Hey guys, welcome back to the Joe Silverback Show. Uh, I thought this would be a pretty intriguing topic since relationship is central to all of our lives, especially our significant other relationship. And uh, one of the biggest issues that we've faced over the last several decades is the role of a man and the role of a woman in a traditional nuclear family situation. I don't have a lot of time to deal with people who want to argue and debate about the nuclear family composed as opposed to something else. I don't know of anything else that works better. So that's where my focus is. My focus is also what has evolved over a long period of time. And the significant thing that is clear to psychologists, sociologists, educators, animal behaviorists is the necessity of both the father and the mother in the home. So the question that I am concerning myself with is what's the best way for a husband and wife, a man and a woman, to be in harmony in the home so that when they are becoming pregnant for the first time, when they are thinking about the life of that child inside the womb, and how can we best provide a protected environment so the baby that's evolving can be preparing itself for a stable foundation. And if we're looking at a stable foundation, we're looking at a sense of security and protected environment that the mother who's carrying the baby feels while she's carrying that baby, and it's passed on into her womb, into her child, and everybody is embracing the sacredness of the child who's coming into the world. So if we can step back and put our ideologies and political isms aside for a moment and ask a couple basic questions. How do I as a young man, or how do you as a young man, or how do you as a young woman with a young man get that young man to feel most powerfully connected to helping you, the womb bearer, create an environment so that the child being born inside, the child being formed inside and being born through you, is going to have the best chances of having healthy brain development, healthy lungs and organ development, healthy emotional center to the brain development, stability, all the things that we know that trauma and stress interfere with. So the question first should be around the child that's going to be born. And if we start there, we can all focus on the innocence of childhood and beg the questions backwards from there. So if this is an ideal environment for a child to be born into, both parents are going to be happy and excited about welcoming this child from conception through pregnancy, through birth, through those first few years. Very critical, all of those stages: conception, pregnancy, birth, the first 3 years. If I were to have my way, everybody would have a stable environment filled with lots of love. So if that's the ideal, what's the balance between the man and the woman during this time period? And the balance between the man and the woman is that woman needs to feel secure. Security for a woman who's pregnant means she doesn't have to stress about how you're going to pay rent. She doesn't have to stress about how she's going to be able to buy food. She doesn't have to stress about the basics. I'm not talking about luxury. I'm just talking about creature comforts to provide for a stable beginning. That's the primary role of the male silverback, to be a good provider and protector for the woman, so that becoming pregnant, giving birth, and raising an infant is done in a healthy, well-balanced environment. The woman plays a critical role in selecting her man. And if she is disconnected from these things that I just discussed, she might not be paying attention to those things when she is first being attracted to a man, and vice versa. So a young man who wants to have a wife who provides for him some creature comforts that he needs, and who will be a good mother and a stable mother for the child that he looks forward to bringing into the world, will understand that that's one of the biggest decisions of his life. So both the man and the woman need to be looking at selecting for who's going to be the best mate and who's going to be the best father or mother for our child. If a woman is not understanding the first 3 years of life values that I'm talking about, I'm going to provide some books and suggestions of some books that are, I think, critical. And okay, I'm gonna leave it at that for right now. All right, talk to you guys soon.